The Tommy Campbell Show. Thanks for tuning back in. I'm Tommy Campbell, still bald, still in my basement, and I'll be getting into the latest in stupid from Donald Trump, Nancy Mace, Mike Lindell, Pierre Poilievre, and more, because we are so far past idiocracy that the things going on today make the characters and events in that film seem intelligent. Alligator Alcatraz? That's like if I asked my 7-year-old son to come up with the track on Mario Kart. Happy birthday, America. It's sad to see the guy that doesn't use a toilet trying to flush a great country down one. 17 million people are going to lose their health insurance so Taco Trump can have the cash to operate a dangerous bunk bed swamp jail that many are calling Alligator Auschwitz.
The snakes are fast, but alligators, we're going to teach them how to run away from an alligator, okay? If they escape prison. How to run away. Don't run in a straight line. Run like this. And you know what? Your chances go up about 1%. Okay? Not a good thing.
Trump can't run in a zigzag or a straight line. He can't run 3 feet. He has to golf cart every outing while he pretends to be fit. It's all a big joke to these people that are selling merch while pretending to be Christians. The facility flooded immediately and has started to take detainees. The name Alcatraz itself comes from the Spanish word Alcatraces, which means gannets, but in Old Spanish it was pelicans, and this was the island of the pelican. I mean, they're deliberately associating the new prison with the Spanish name since they clearly intend to lock up Spanish speakers there.
I think our viewers at home should note that this is air-conditioned facility, so if any of the news claims are keeping them out in the hot, humid South Florida, that is wrong. It's probably 62 degrees here.
To be honest.
Hey,
Yep. Biden wanted me in here, okay? He wanted me. It didn't work out that way, but he wanted me in here, that son of a...
Oh, that's great. It has aircon. I'm sure it's cheap and environmental to keep a tent cool in that heat. This is also crazy of Trump suggesting Biden wanted him to be in there while Ice Barbie and Pudding Fingers are ugly laughing at his jokes. I think we forgot that DeSantis laugh. Subscribe. I mentioned it had already flooded, and you don't need to be a genius to know who wins in a fight between a hurricane and a tent. We've seen houses and malls ripped to bits, so what happens when a big one turns this upside down and these people are exposed to the thousands of alligators and pythons? They are not supposed to be used for long term, but they're going to be. How will these people survive post-disaster? Just zigzag run? How will they get aid? Over 71% of those detained by ICE have no criminal record, and since due process is being denied, many are legal residents and citizens. Asylum seekers, day laborers, moms with expired visas, farm pickers, construction workers. And after a storm, they're going to be living in some Michael Bay movie because the diapered dementia president had a fever dream about a crazy jail.
Right? Support Alligator Alcatraz?
No.
Why not?
It's inappropriate for humans.
Why?
Because it's inappropriate. Don't put people in the middle of an alligator.
In the middle
Of an
What
alligator.
if they don't try to escape? They won't get eaten by an alligator.
That is the point. This is the thing I've ever heard in my life.
Oh, alligators in the jail cells.
That's hilarious.
Welcome to Washington, D.C., everybody.
Lindell TV with that great audio and great reporting. Oh, there's no alligators in the jail cells. Not yet. Unauthorized entry into the U.S. is a federal misdemeanor crime for a first offense. Repeat illegal entry after deportation can be prosecuted as a felony. However, simply being present in the U.S. without proper authorization is a civil violation, not a criminal offense, like if you came legally and then stayed to work on a vineyard or at Kid Rock's bar. The Department of Homeland Security is distancing itself from the Alligator Alcatraz ICE detention facility in the Florida Everglades. Despite previously promoting the facility and claiming involvement, the DHS now asserts it was constructed and operated by Florida using state funds. Environmental groups allege the DHS violated environmental review and public notice requirements. The operating costs are $450 million per year. It's insane. There's no infrastructure for it. Everything's portable. No plumbing, generator, electricity. Insanity. And it's just bonkers that they made this happen so fast. Spent a fortune to have that true Trump build quality and integrity, which is zero. I've said it again and again. Trump says he's a builder, but he hasn't laid a brick or a willing woman in his life. In fact, he just released a new bottle to add to his Trump cologne that looks nothing like him. But since Trump's back to plugging his funk by Comedy Law, I have to share the dub I made for his line of sense.
My new dump fragrances are here. This is a genuine eau de toilette spray because it covers the funk emitting from the big boy diapers, and the pores clogged by spray tan, and the Bronx Colors concealer that I use. It's Swiss, so good. We had bottles designed for nearly every member of the family, and I hope you buy them all. The Don Jr. version is scented with his favorite product and features a fully detachable novelty bill that I'm told is so easy to roll up for who knows what, or upgrade to the Elite Silver Straw version for a great night out with your makeup lab explosion survivor girlfriend. I don't know what happened. She looks like Paul Stanley in a Bon Jovi wig. What's going on? Eric's bottle is shaped like the golden turd tongs he uses to hoist logs out of my Depends. The Ivanka bottle reflects her timeless beauty, featuring the hot bikini I got her for Mother's Day and Ivanka's official engraved photo, so you no longer have to use your imagination when you're alone in the restroom waiting for Ronnie Jackson's special Tic Tacs to kick in. It says dump Ivanka, but I wish it said dump Kushner. Make Ivanka single again. That's what we need to do. We need to make Ivanka single again. I actually didn't know that Melania got one. Remember her? My third wife from Slovenia. It's shaped like a camera to represent that one time she was a model. The vice president that nobody wants to hang yet, they don't, maybe they will, maybe they won't, has a limited edition couch-shaped bottle and a scent that is somewhere between a wet dog, Lauren Boebert's breath, and a crusty futon. Get a stupid bottle and don't forget to get one for your cousin wife too. They'll hate you and they'll even smell gross. Collect them all so you can use them all at once to create a super scent that will hide any musk, but not Elon. Space Karen just won't go away. You won't. Enjoy. I'm dumb.
I made this show without any sponsors thanks to your tips, channel memberships, and merch. Please throw me what you can to keep this show going.
Boy, you got singing birds here, huh? This is nice. It's like a sanctuary out here by the White House. There we got. Boy, I'm hearing. I'm here by the Capitol. We got squirrels running by here. Do you see that? So I'm having a hard time hearing it because they're doing a shit right next door here. I guess that's the price you pay for being with all this media.
Right, you're in the middle. You're in the middle of press row, media row there. So there's a lot of media in that area.
Press row. They're not doing a skit. It's not Saturday Night Live, though you are very close to one. It is a series of tents where all the major networks, and I guess there's now a few pity spots for people like Tom Selleck's slow cousin that lost millions to get a place there. And now he really isn't sure what to do. Usually this is where you get a live interview in person. That's the point. But nobody wanted to talk to Lindell, so he patched into Lee Greenwood, who promoted his dump Bibles. And for me, the best thing about seeing Lee Greenwood is that he reminds me to wear sunscreen and a hat. When it came to voting for the big ugly bill that's funding Alligator Alcatraz, several normals drove themselves to Washington, while Nancy Mace took a luxury party bus for this journey. It's just bizarre that she's making a big joke out of getting there for the vote, eager to make those cuts while being shuttled in a very expensive vehicle, wearing pajamas, carrying Ted Cruz's wife and a designer handbag. Meanwhile, in Canada, two-time loser Pierre Poilievre spent Canada Day campaigning in a vintage Rolls-Royce. For those not following, the eyes too close together populist clown lost the election and lost his seat, meaning he can no longer be party leader or live in the opposition residence. So he forced an MP that recently won in a conservative stronghold to resign so he could stroll in and have the opportunity to take that seat, which he will win. And when he does, he will not live in the city or the province he will be representing. The wannabe man of the people that pretended to be for workers while voting against them again and again could have been in one of the many cars made in Canada, including the Honda Civic, Toyota RAV4, Lexus RX, Chrysler Pacifica, and the Dodge Charger Daytona. According to elections data, the Battle River Crowfoot by-election could cost as much as $1.95 million. Conservatives, they're the same in every country. Now, on a brighter note, look at this Mountie Dachshund. Almost as cute as Rusty. There you go, living his best life.
The Republican Party stands for law and order, and this is the side that stands with law enforcement, the brave men and women who are on the front line. The idea that those who put their own lives on the line to protect us would be assaulted for doing their jobs is unconscionable.
On January 6, 2021, over 150 police officers were injured during the attack on the U.S. Capitol, including the U.S. Capitol Police and officers from the Metropolitan Police Department. They were protecting this guy from Trump's supporters. The party that claims to back the blue seems to be the party with all the mugshots. I work with a guy who had this on his Facebook, so I clicked and now can't respect him ever again. Openly liberal trash. Well, at least you had one smart person in your life. MAGA tears. I am done waiting for you to say something intelligent. Clearly, you're so eager for your party to ban books so you'll never have to read one. Intelligent. INTELLIGENT. MAGA tears. Eager to make those cuts while being shuttled in a very expensive vehicle, wearing pajamas, carrying Ted Cruz's wife. Heidi. You have Trump suggesting Biden wanted him to be in there while Ice Barbie and Pudding Fingers are ugly laughing at his jokes. I forgot DeSantis's laugh. It's so bad. Alligator Alcatraz. That's like if I asked my 7-year-old son to come up with a track on Mario Start. Mario Start. The Alligator Alcatraz ICE detention facility in the Florida Everglades. Your daily reminder that I have trouble with R's. As noted, there are plenty of interesting and creative people who watch this show. One of them in the comments is film director Adam Ethan Crow and his partner and producer Shelley Atkin. Their latest feature film, Midnight Caller, did really well at film festivals and is out now in all services. I watched it with my wife recently. It was very well done. The acting's great. It was very original. It follows a few intersecting stories over the course of a London night, while a once popular radio shock jock pushes the envelope to get himself back in the ratings. It's on all services, so if you want to support a fan of the show and independent cinema, be sure to check it out.
I can confirm the Tommy Campbell Show is the best political comedy show on YouTube, and I hope you subscribe.